This is pretty much how you wet sand a finish. I get my wet sanding paper at Walmart in their automotive section. Okay, I'm running 2 grits. I'm running them 800 and I've got an assorted. Now, before I started on this project, I wanted to tune it pretty much with all the stuff on there. So this is a very rough coating, a very thick rough coating of many coats of shellac, and I did the shellac before I started tuning everything, so I knew ahead of time that I was going to do this. So I'm going to try to gloss this up almost to like a mirror like finish, but wet sanding paper, go with the 800 and get the assorted. They're usually about $4 per pack, totally worth it. You could use a sanding block if you want, but I prefer to do it by hand. You kind of go by look. So yes, I am spraying the top, and it's okay. I've done this before with the Tejaro. So, and just take your sanding paper and go like that, and dry it off in between. You'll want to watch the tongues and kind of where the tongues get together, because sometimes things aren't level and they don't all turn out the same. So this is how I figured out how to get that nice gloss finish. What's most important is that you get everything smooth looking. I'll keep going up the grades. I'll go all the way up to 2000 grit and then hit it up with another coating of the shellac aerosol spray. I'll let that dry, and then I'll hit it up with a 2500. But I'm going to keep doing this until I keep going up grades. So in the assorted pack, they start you out with the I love the assorted pack. They start you out with the 1000, 1500, 2000, 2000s, and 2500. For one drum, this is pretty much all you need, as long as you have another pack to kind of do the harder work for you. So you can either do 800 or 1000 to do like a little bit of the harder work. So anyways, I'm going to get wet sanding this. Every once in a while, dry off what you wet sanded and look at it. Okay. I was using the 800 grit, and as you can see, these dull flat spots is what we want to see. We want to see as much of that as possible. So this, I need to wet sand way more. You can kind of see a little coaty drippiness there. Need to get that out. We want it to all look flat. So I'll keep continuing. This is after the 800 grit, after drying it off. You can still see some of the shine, and that's all from the grain underneath. Purpleheart does have a little bit of grain to it. So this is good for 800, and we're going to keep going up from here. So I'm coating it with another coating of the Bullseye Shellac, and on here in Wisconsin it's pretty humid. It's August, so humidity's pretty drastic. But anyways, I sprayed the top after doing 2000 grit. It's starting to kind of get that milky look to it. I'm going to take it back downstairs in the basement. I thought it'd be a good idea to spray it out here, but it might be too humid for it, so that's what I'm gonna do. So it looks like the milkiness has calmed down. You can still kind of see it right there. Yeah. I had the same problem with oak. Only oak bubbled. Now, the reason why humidity is not good is because water and shellac do not mix. So, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit more. Gonna hit it up with a couple of special spots that need to get hit up, and then it's another dose of the 2000 grit, and after the 2000 grit, the 2500 grit, and then we're going to go on to polishing. We're going to get this to a nice finish. But so far, it's looking good. Just glad I got some of that under control, because it is a beautiful wood, and I'm probably ruining it right now. Anyways, I have no idea what I'm doing. If I'm doing this all wrong and you know how to make these things, put in the comments, let me know. I'm not selling these things. These are just for fun. I'm making them for my kids. And then I'll design something that's pretty cool and start making something similar. But yeah, so, and we'll go over that. But anyways, that's that. Now just waiting for it to dry. Boys, what are you doing? Alright, so the milkiness has calmed down. Just put on the second coat right here. And this is the last time I'm going to be spraying shellac on the top and the sides. I will have to finish the bottom. I have not sprayed that yet. So, yeah. Yeah, I did a little wood burning right there. 8 lines for my daughter, Emily. This is her hand drum that I'm building for. So, I will come back after it's wet sanded and I'm ready to polish it. So, I'm calling it quits for the night. The shellac spray is good stuff. This is the way it's going to be sitting. It's like a nice glossy coat. I'm going to let it sit for 2 days because I'm not going to work on it until my day off. But it should be nice and ready to go for polishing on Sunday. Hey guys, it's been 48 hours since I last sprayed this with the shellac, and now we're going to move on to almost a gloss like mirror like finish. Probably going to do it in the least conventional way. I detailed cars when I was younger, a lot younger, so I picked up a few things about buffing and clear coat and stuff like that. And I already kind of did an experiment on this one, but I'm using the same technique that I did with this one. So, in that assorted pack that I got from Walmart for like $3, we got the, let's start the light 15, go up to 2000, and then 2500. 2500 doesn't even feel like there's any grit on it, but there is, will be plenty. So when we come back, this thing will all be fogged up. It'll be very dull, and that's what it's supposed to look like. And then I'll show you how I get that glossy like finish. I got it down everything to 2000. You can see it's got that very dullish look in some spots, and I keep making the same mistake. Haven't really found out a remedy for this other than maybe I should take my time and individually sand these tongues so that you know, after you relieve the surface tension from the cuts, not all of them lay perfectly even, and then you get ones like this that stick up a little bit and then catch an edge. That was just with 1500 grit, and I put a ton of coats of shellac on this before I started the project. Something to think about in the future, something to remember and think of a solution to fix, but right now I'm pretty far along on this, so I'm not going to respray everything, and I'm sure my daughter won't even notice. But something learned. Lovers out there, please don't say I'm murdering this. I spent a lot of time on this, and yes, I know it's Purpleheart wood. It's very nice, and it's kind of rare-ish, I guess. I don't know, I'm new at this stuff. If you're making tongue drums, look out for this when you're doing the finishing.